Hello, ladies and gentlemen of YouTube. My name is Mr. Maxwell, and welcome back to another chatting side quest with Exile Magpie.
Hello!
Of course. No big news. No big huge scandal.
I know, shocking.
Well, I mean, maybe one that you would say is kind of like shitty, but no.
It's Square Enix.
It's Square Enix. Yeah, it's Square Enix.
We all know what we're talking about here.
Before we get to that, Overwatch or Blizzard have commented on, or at least they are addressing the shop issue that people.
Oh, you mean the illegality of the things?
Oh no, not that.
Oh,
the whole thing that you can't buy things in that the stuff that's in a bundle, but you can't buy them separately.
Yeah,
they're basically
letting you buy them separately.
They're going to eventually let you buy them.
Basically, that is code for a person in a suit, in the representative of a country / government department, came to us and said if we don't stop pulling this shit, they're going to press charges.
They're going to backhand us into oblivion. So basically, they put it up on their own. It's like their own forum thing. Isn't what they're saying? In order to give players more options in how they purchase cosmetic items, we have enabled individual purchasing of most items contained within featured shopped bundles, including skins and weapon charms. Though we believe bundles represent great value for players who want to buy all the included items, which nobody wants to buy those charms.
No.
Nobody's buying those charms because you are costing way too much, which we're going to get into in like 2 seconds.
All your stuff is too expensive anyway.
Who want to buy all the included items. We understand that some players may want to purchase certain bundled items separately at their full price. This charge is now live in the game. Oh no! So yeah, you can do that now. When I was on before, I didn't actually go into the shop, so I don't.
Well, we avoid the shop because
I've been staying away from the shop.
Yeah, it is I look at it and go, you think you want me to spend that much money? You fool.
This change is now live in the game across all regions. Thanks, and we'll see you in the game. Now, the thing is, so they've got there's a lot of comments underneath, and it's basically they're all pretty much the same, but they're all pretty much like. It's all great that you market it, like you're separating the bundles so that people can
buy them individually.
But you're still overpriced.
The price of a skin is as much as like certain indie games. That's how much like Activision Blizzard are overcharging you so much that people who shop at people who shop at Harrods in London will look at it and go, that's a bit expensive.
That's a bit expensive. That's a bit much, don't you think?
Yeah. That's how expensive Activision Blizzard is charging that shit.
The worst part for it though is like it's not even like a worthwhile skin that they're charging like 20 quid for. Yeah. It's like, oh, it's Sombra but she's green. I know. You're charging £20 for the colour green.
Like here's an idea, Blizzard, right? Overhaul your battle pass and include, all the skins that were just basically palette swaps.
Yeah.
Basically, just
fill it with those.
Fill it with those.
Yeah, just fill it with those.
Fill it with those.
Make the battle pass about 8 quid, and then if you get to first off, make your battle pass 100, right? Make it not so grindy either.
Yeah.
Get rid of that shit.
Probably say, let's see, it's 10,000 per level right now. I would probably say drop it down to 5, if not 4, maybe 3 actually.
I'd cut it down to 5. 5, I think 5's
5, 2, but basically, like, you do your 3 dailies, you get a level and a half.
Yeah, there you go. Actually, no, do a challenge is a level.
Oh, 3,000.
Yeah.
The daily challenge is a level. Yeah.
You'll get more people wanting to do the dailies.
Yeah. Also, again, like I said last week, your challenges need to be more... I don't know, what's the word? Oh, yeah. Better designs.
Or get rid of the dailies completely. Keep the level at 5,000 and just have your weekly challenges.
But again,
make the challenges a little bit more fun. But just add more weekly challenges.
Like, I don't mind the 7 matches in a character that's not in your top 3. That encourages diversity. Basically, you know, like you say, I've got my main tank, main DPS, which is about Bastion, because the damage. I mean, he's not as broken as he was on launch, but he's still pretty broken.
Especially if he's got a Mercy behind him. Jesus.
Oh, yeah. I think the balancing factor for him is that he can't
heal himself.
Can't heal himself, and unlike before, I think at launch he could stay in tank mode. So all the time.
They took that out.
It's on a timer now, which is fine. I could be wrong.
You used to be able to just stay in turret mode.
Yeah.
In the old days, you could just stay in turret mode.
But you didn't move.
You were kind of there.
Which was fun. This is the thing, right? I think they should have put him back to the stationary turret, because it was a risk reward. Like I say, I love characters with risk reward. Bastion is a prime example. Yeah, do you want the semi-okay damage but the mobility that Bastion had in robot form, or did you want the ridiculous DPS in turret mode? Like, you know, but also if you were pretty vulnerable to being rushed, and also, you know, if you were in the wrong place, if you didn't gamble on the right place to be, you were useless.
Oh yeah.
But now he's mobile. Granted, in tank mode, he is slow as well. I think they've nerfed his speed. I don't know exactly what they've done to him.
Yeah, he is very slow in tank mode.
In tank mode, he feels extremely slow. But then again, there's no assault mode map. There's no assault maps. So,
or if there is, we haven't got them.
Yeah, I've not come across one. I've not been on Temple of Anubis. I've not been on the Russian one.
Voskaya
Industries. I'm trying to remember what the other ones are, because there was a few.
I think they've took. I do generally think they've took them out.
I think they took them out as well, which I'm like,
because the dogs are barking.
Oh. Yes, we live in an area which has a lot of dogs.
A lot of dogs.
Yes. Anyway, so. In regards to the shop, yes, it's a good thing, because it means people who don't want to buy everything in the bundle have a chance to not actually spend as much. Which also, by the way, your pricing is bullshit, because you price it at such a point where you can't exactly get the amount of coins needed.
It's not even... Well, this is the thing. It's still not even worth it. Because...
I know.
Like, it's 20 quid. For a skin?
I know, but what I'm saying is...
Even a good one.
And what I'm saying is like, to get a skin, you can't just buy one bit of...
Well, that's what I go off. I'm going off, like... So, basically, if it's like 1,500 coins... You've got to buy 2,000. So, you've got to buy the 1,500.
Yeah.
One, which is, I think, 15
quid. Yeah.
15 quid, and then you've got to buy, like, the one less than that, which is about either 5 or maybe just a little bit more.
Yeah.
I can't really remember. But I'm rounding it around about 20 quid, right? So that's if all you want to buy is that skin,
and you can't
just go.
You have to buy more coins than the exact amount. Yeah.
Yeah. So that skin is 20 quid.
Yeah.
That's how much it is, and it's like there's nothing in that game that's worth 20 quid.
No, on its own, on its actual own, no. Personally, I don't think so.
Good guy. I mean, it takes a lot. I could
probably argue the Genji skin, and that's it.
And that's still a hard sell.
And that is a hard sell, because you don't actually get it. You have to grind for it and pay for it.
Yeah.
Like.
That's still a hard sell as the Genji. If you could buy the Genji skin just straight off, even then for 20 quid, that's hard. That's like how do you justify that? To be fair, like, really,
I personally can't. Some people will.
Some people
look at 20 quid and go, that's nothing. Yeah, and you don't have a problem.
Well, that's my thing.
You're rich.
The people who will be able to justify that will be people that like
Bobby Kotick.
It's fine. Like them paying 20 quid for a skin is fine to them, because like
they have no actual value of money.
It doesn't either that, or it just doesn't. it doesn't really affect them that much, if you know what I mean. But for other people, it's like, that's 20 quid. You know, there's a lot of games that you can buy for 20 quid. I can buy Dead Space 1 for $18.99
on Steam.
On Steam, which I have actually done.
I mean, you are a massive Dead Space fan.
I bought Dead Space 2. Actually, no, I bought Dead Space 1 for $18.99, and Steam had Dead Space 2 on sale for 2 quid.
Oh my god,
so
that is a
Dead
bargain.
Space 1 and 2
for the price
for less than 20 quid.
For less than the price of an Overwatch crap.
Oh, so just over 20 quid. So yeah.
So in other
for the
words,
price of an Overwatch screen, I got 2 games.
Jesus Christ. And I guarantee you, the people who are crunching the numbers at Activision Blizzard, the people in ties and suits and fucking with bloody gold-plated pools in their homes, will be looking at it and going, "Why are people complaining about the price? We think this is perfectly fine." Well, yeah. After all, and this is the breakdown of why we charge so much. 1 cent goes to the person that made the skin. 5 cents goes to running the servers. Another 5 cents goes to the intern who came up with the idea, but only 1 5 cents, not more than 1 5 cents.
No,
not forever, just one.
Just
1 5 cents. And then the rest goes to Bobby Kotick for his yacht.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, Activision Blizzard. For me to stop bashing Activision Blizzard and Bobby Kotick.
No. Even if Bobby Kotick was to leave.
No. Let me finish. Right. The entire board will have to leave, and the entire financial structure of how you make money will have to change. You do that, and I will stop bashing you for the greedy son of a bitches you are. Pardon my French.
Yeah.
I don't know why we call it pardon my French when we swear. Anyway, but
I think it's because when we were at war with the French back away.
Oh yeah, every French word was a swear word.
Yeah, so pardon my French. Yeah.
Anyway, but here's the thing. There's another problem Overwatch has, and I've noticed instantly. Like, the game has only been out 3-4 weeks now.
Oh, being a support is a nightmare. I'm saying that now.
Yeah,
being a support,
you get focused down by everyone on the opposition team. It is almost impossible to keep the tank alive.
Because every tank at the moment seems to be a suicide tank.
Yeah, I don't know.
It's not that. It's just every tank decides that they're going to go in so they can get to the healers.
Yeah.
Right? Mm-hmm. And unfortunately, it already. I feel like at the moment it depends on how good each team is at defending their healers. Yeah. And that's it. That's the game at the moment.
That is the game. Basically, whoever defends the healers, whoever keeps the healers alive, wins the fight. Because the healers can keep healing, and then the other people do their job and kill the rest of the team.
My other thing is, because I was playing it today, what I noticed was the team that loses that fight, they then become like no one stays together. They all just walk out and die individually.
Yeah.
No one tries to wait and group up or anything like that. They just die, and the match just falls. That's what's happening at the moment. I feel like
it's got to the point where I'm literally like, there has to be a Moira on the team, because Moira is the only support that can adequately defend herself
and
heal at the same time, because she can lit up the orb and then fucking she's the only one that can stay in a fight long enough for someone.
I've been doing alright with Baptiste, but my problem now is I feel this is the thing, a lot of characters feel like, because I used to play Baptiste a lot on Overwatch 1. Used to play and his damage, it wasn't massive, but
it was adequate.
It was decent enough. Like, it would do enough damage to make people back off.
Yeah.
Instead of just charging straight at me. I feel like he's been nerfed, because unless I hit them in the head, like nothing. It does nothing to them.
It's that, and that's another thing why Moira's almost a must, because Moira doesn't need to aim. She just siphons any health off people. I think another problem is obviously the tanks have been buffed, because there's only one tank. All the tanks have been buffed, and they can now just face plant a fucking.
Oh yeah, they can just destroy supports now.
But yeah, like, here's the thing: I can't kill a support with the Roadhog combo. I can kill a fucking full health DPS.
Yeah.
A full health DPS is dead if it does not have healer support. If I hit you with the hook, you are dead. That's it. Done. Sayonara. Thank you very much. Go back to respawn. But supports who are like the primary target, especially like characters like Mercy in that, where it's literally like, no, we need to eliminate her from healing everyone. And it's literally like, no, hook, hit, shoot. No, still alive. Still alive.
I'm on the opposite end of this. Like, I think support needs a buff. Like, I get absolutely punched to the ground.
I do agree. Support dudes doesn't even need a buff. I'm just saying that for some reason the Roadhog combo, which is supposed to basically eliminate everyone but a tank, does not eliminate healers, and it's like, but that's the primary target. So could you please? Do you know what I would say? Buff the damage the hook does. Buff the damage the hook does, so that it's one, because hitting, especially a Mercy in flight, is a fucking skill. And two, it means that you're not actually like nerfing everyone just to buff one character, sort of thing.
Yeah.
You're not over buffing Roadhog. You're just making his combo, which is supposed to be designed to eliminate people, actually eliminate people.
Well, yeah, that game.
But there's a problem that I've noticed, is that if you are not in the support queue, and by the way, the overall queue is basically the support queue. So they might as well remove that. If you aren't in the support queue, you are waiting at least 5 minutes, if not more. Like, I've waited, it's around about average for me, 5 minutes for tank, and around about 7 to 10 minutes
for DPS.
And we're not even a month in. We're not even a month after launch. That's a concern.
No, we're not.
No, I don't. It's been 3 weeks, I think.
3 weeks?
21 days. We're about half.
It honestly feels a lot longer.
Yeah. It might be 4 weeks.
It feels a lot longer.
It might be 4 weeks, but what I'm saying is we've not even come close to like the period you'd expect a drop-off to happen, and already there's a drop-off on a single particular queue. And because they've decided we're going to have roll queue, I mean, yes, I know there's an all thingy queue as well, but that's just a tank fest now.
Oh, the open queue.
Open queue. The open queue is just everyone in tanks.
Everyone's a tank or a DPS.
There are so many tanks that some people will confuse it for World of Tanks.
Yeah. Literally.
It is I mean, granted, it is Overwatch 1.
Yeah. But only it's just 5v5.
Yeah, I said it's just 5v5, so, and also no healers.
Yeah, no healers.
Which is, fun. And they need to solve it, because there is a potential competition that's already out on PC and is going to be coming out on console soon. And if they don't fix it by then, it will probably kill the console games.
Probably.
The console version. And that is Gundam Evolution.
Well, at least it will kill the PvP if Overwatch co-op isn't.
My concern is if the game is... If the game doesn't have a player base...
I agree with you that, but the thing is, they put so much money into this, they're releasing the co-op mode. Like, it doesn't matter what... This is Activision that we're talking about. They're not going to release it.
This is Activision Blizzard.
Yes.
Who will look at the numbers...
Oh, yeah, they will.
And go, that budget we wanted to give you for the single-player campaign? No, you're not getting that now.
Yeah, it's not going to be a single-player.
The co-op. That...
that is going to come out. That is the amount of money that they've spent on it, and the fact that like the whole thing of Overwatch 2, it was the co-op.
The problem is that that's got to be charged money.
Yes,
they're going to be asking for money for that.
That's why I'm saying it is going to be coming out, because they're charging for it.
My concern is the player base going to be there to pay to buy it?
Probably not.
That's the thing.
Probably not.
And again, this is all Activision Blizzard's doing. They could have kept Overwatch 1 going with new characters and everything, while slowly working on 2 with the multiplayer co-op mode. They could have kept doing that.
Well, to be fair, with what they've done is they could have just kept it as Overwatch instead of Overwatch 2.
Yeah.
And just gradually added in the co-op.
They've now released a free-to-play game that is not deserving of the 2 title.
No.
They've removed features. They've changed the method of gaining stuff and made it extortionately either expensive or time-consuming, which, no one's got time for that shit. And I think they've got the next battle pass has to be
good,
fucking amazing.
It's not going to be, though.
No, I don't think it is, and I think a lot of people will just turn off, and then you'll just have the whales. And unfortunately,
well, you'll have the whales and the diehards.
The whales and the diehards. And my worry is, I don't think there's enough whale and diehards to fill the support queue.
Probably
which means they're all going to be in the tank, which means they'll be spending like 10-20 minutes trying. I've already started getting into games where I'm the only support.
Yeah.
In a 4v5. That's concerning as hell that the player base is dropping that fast.
Yeah, I've had a couple of games like that. I've been the only one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That is concerning as hell. So...
it'll be fine.
You're the optimist. I'm
well, no, it's not that I'm an optimist. It's just I don't care.
Yeah, that's very true.
Which is a shame, because I generally actually really like Overwatch.
Yeah.
But I just don't care. I've got other things coming out. God of War, Callisto Project.
I think we finished talking about Overwatch. So, God of War. Have you seen our Thingy Bob's Twitter?
Oh, yeah, it's the dad jokes.
The dad jokes they're amazing. They are so.
They should.
So
you know how they've spent all this money on the advertisement, and you got the videos.
They should just show them.
They should just put them up on TV, and then just be like, God of War coming in 3 days. And I'm like,
yes,
yeah, fuck it.
Yes, I want this.
You don't even need to pay anything. You just have to pay. What's his name?
Is it Joe Thingy?
Oh, I've forgotten his name. Is it George? I want to say George.
You can look it up.
Yeah, I'm going to.
While we Google it. I know. Our credentials as gamers has gone down the toilet.
I'm a weeb. It doesn't matter. God.
But yeah, some of the stuff has been so frigging funny. It's
Christopher Judge. Yeah, that's the one.
I had
George.
Judge in my head,
yeah.
And I was like, I want to say Judge, but then my brain's going, I want to say Judge Dredd, and I was like, no, that's clearly not right.
No. So yeah.
But yeah, they've been fantastic, and God of War is out in 2 days now.
2 days. 2 days. Wednesday.
2 days.
I have it pre-ordered with the controller.
Sweet.
So.
I have actually started playing the first one, which you've seen me play.
Yes.
Yeah.
And for some bizarre reason, you're playing on the hardest. Not the hardest difficulty. You're playing on the hard.
I dropped it down to normal.
Yeah.
I dropped it down
as
to
much
normal.
as I like the game, it's not worth.
I got
stress.
frame trapped. I got frame trapped by a troll. I was like, nah.
Not doing that. Yeah, it's a good game. It's not worth the stress. Play for the story. It's a game that I say play for the story. The gameplay, although the gameplay is good, it's not the be all and end all of that game. It's more to do with the story. But anyway, keeping with Activision Blizzard.
Oh,
and this is more to do with the fact that Microsoft will be buying them very soon. But Phil Spencer is very excited and thinks, I believe, that he's excited at the idea of making another StarCraft game. Or remastering the original. I mean, it would only be on Xbox, obviously.
Yes.
And PC, obviously.
Yes. Here's the thing, right? If you put it on Xbox, it means you have to have the control system set up for controllers. And if you want to alienate the real-time strategy player base on PC, you make it for controllers. You make it accessible to controller controls, because.
Well, I don't think so, because like now you can get like double things, so you can play it on keyboard and mouse or controller.
Yes, I know that, but if you release it on a console, you will have to have a make a control setup for console.
Yeah.
Right? Do you honestly think Activision Blizzard are going to make a strategy game with two control setups?
The thing here is that you're forgetting that this is to do with Xbox and Microsoft. This isn't Activision Blizzard.
Yes.
So this would be Activision Blizzard. Yeah, they may not want to do it, but Microsoft might come along and go, "No, that's what you're doing."
No. No. In regards to making the game, yes, that's what they'll do. They will go over to Activision Blizzard and go, "Make this game. And make it for these." Right? Activision Blizzard will go, "Well, we'll just make a console control setup." What about the people who play on PC? You know, our actual fan base. Fuck them.
Yeah, most likely. Well, to be fair, they've already done that anyway.
I mean, you should just look at the real-time strategy games that have controller setups like that, like for that Microsoft have released, like the Halo strategy game.
Yeah.
The second one is not really that great, is it?
I don't know. I don't really pay attention.
I've seen reviews. It's not. It's not good.
The other thing is that although it does say that, Phil Spencer, who is Xbox and all that sort of stuff, there's no mention of it being on console. There's absolutely no mention whatsoever. It's just a mention of bringing back RTS.
Bringing back RTS is fine.
Trek.
Yeah.
Star Trek, StarCraft.
StarCraft. I mean, the StarCraft fan base would love it. The cynical part of me is like, are you actually going to put the effort in instead of just doing a look at us, we're bringing this back. Oh, we great.
Well, to be fair, if it's anything like the companies that Microsoft and Xbox have bought so far, nothing will happen.
Yeah, exactly.
They'll just be bought. I mean, literally nothing's come out yet. Which is why I'm thinking next year is going to be like Xbox's year for games.
Either Xbox's year, or they're going to announce a whole bunch of studio codes. There seems to be no middle ground for Microsoft. They have spent an awful fucking lot of money.
Yeah, this is why I'm like, why I'm saying like, because a lot of people like this is the whole thing with like Call of Duty not being on PlayStation and stuff like that. There's a lot of people going on about it, and I feel like no, the amount of money that they're paying for Activision, like
the thing is
very,
that
very
Microsoft
silly.
have a track record of doing this, of saying, "Oh no, don't worry, they won't be on. They'll be on both. They'll be on both."
I know.
And then going, "Oh, by the way, not anymore."
I know that. I do know that, and I understand. But at the same time, how much is they spent? Like it's like $84 billion.
Yeah,
like that's a lot of money.
It is a lot of money.
All two, because let's be honest, this is what it's for. Just to have Call of Duty on one console, like that's a lot of money. I mean, buying Bethesda basically for Elder Scrolls and Fallout, and possibly their studios underneath, which I don't actually think they bought them for. I refuse to believe that that's what they bought them for at all. I think that was a big buy, and I thought that's a bit silly to buy them for that much money only to have their games on one console.
Yes,
but this is on a completely different level.
You're working off a logic that the game industry does not work to. The game industry, after all, Activision Blizzard think it's perfectly fine to sell a skin that is literally not distinguishable from the main, the default as 20 quid.
Yes, I know.
This is the industry we are dealing with.
I know, but
logic has no place in it.
I'm just thinking, like, because it's not Xbox that bought Activision Blizzard. It's Microsoft.
Yes, Microsoft.
So the people at the heads are not going to be like, oh yeah, no, it's perfectly fine, Phil. You can just keep Call of Duty. We spent $84 billion on. However, you can just keep it on the one Xbox that nobody's buying.
Yes, but
perfectly.
The problem is this: consoles are a giant dick swinging contest.
I suppose.
And look, Sony is just as guilty. The amount of console exclusives that they have. So, you know, it's the problem with Activision Blizzard is that the size of the company and everything that they have, you are starting to look at, especially in the West, a monopoly.
Yeah.
This is the thing people are going on about. Like, it's not even like the consoles as a whole. It's like if you just look at specifically the Western developers, you're starting to get them solely either owned by Sony or Microsoft or EA. Because I don't count Ubisoft.
Yeah, nobody. Well, do Ubisoft have any studios under them?
I mean, they do.
I don't know.
Ubisoft.
I'm pretty sure they say Ubisoft something. So
yeah.
I'll just count them as one thing.
Yeah. But my point is that, like, we're starting to get, if not a monopoly, definitely a cabal of very few big game publishers, and that's not good for the consumer because you get shit like Overwatch 2.
Yeah. But yeah, so who knows? We may be getting some new real-time strategies. We have no idea.
I'd be happy. I enjoy raffle stomping the easy AI on real-time strategy games.
But since we brought up EA, shall we bash one of their games?
Yes.
So technically this is good for one game and bad for another, but they're both EA, right? So Battlefield 2044?
2042.
2042?
Yes.
Yeah. That came out.
Yeah.
It's terrible.
Yeah.
It's doing so poorly.
Yeah.
That Battlefield 1.
Yeah.
No, Battlefield 1. This isn't the last one.
Not Battlefield 3.
No, Battlefield 5. This is the one before it. Has 10 times the amount of concurrent players on Steam.
Oh, it's almost like releasing a Battlefield game that's not Battlefield is a bad idea.
It was a very dumb idea. Yeah, it was, wasn't it?
Yeah. Especially when you lied to the consumer and said, yeah, we're going back to Battlefield's roots. I'm sorry. Fucking
hero shooter.
Hero shooters with fucking bullshit lines and, yeah, look at this. Whoa, look at, woo, woohoo, yeah, woo. No, that's not the Battlefield fan base. That's not the user base you have. You have the squad shooter, a little bit more realistic, but random bullshit can happen. Group is your player base. And you decided to make a game that was nothing like that. It was just the random bullshit. Like, yes, the memes of the guy ejecting out of the plane and blowing up the other plane and then, with a rocket launcher and then going back into the plane is fucking hilarious, great, and everything glorious about Battlefield. But it is not the driving force behind Battlefield.
No.
Battlefield is about the two-man squad that makes a tank life a living fucking hell.
Yeah.
Like we used to do.
I love Battlefield 4. It's the best Battlefield.
Battlefield 4, the map with the radio tower that could collapse.
The one that had the little village.
The little village that's near there. Like in 5 in a square and 4 little. That we made any tank, and if we were defending that, any tank.
I think it was B. Yeah, it was B.
It might have been B. But any tank that went into that place, we made its life a living hell.
Oh, yeah. To
the point where we must have pissed someone off so much. He literally drove in and just started blasting every building. He was just blasting everything. And then he decided, you know what, I'm not even going to go in. I'm just going to blast it from fucking miles away. Like, you know, good job. You've actually, you've removed the thing we were using to kill you. Congratulations. You're thinking.
But yeah, so Battlefield 1 has, 6 years after its release, has re-entered Steam's top 10.
Yeah, because at the end of that life cycle, it was actually in a decent place. I mean, granted, the the balancing mechanic of the super thingy wasn't great.
It wasn't a good idea, no.
No, because it basically, everyone on the losing team just went into the fucking thing.
Yeah.
And no one was there to take the bases.
Yeah.
But yeah, it, like, every single Battlefield before Battlefield 2042 is a better game.
Oh, yeah.
Like, every
I don't like Battlefield.
single
I don't
one.
like Battlefield V or 5 as this. But Battlefield 5, I don't like that game, but it's better than Battlefield. I don't really like Battlefield 1, to be honest with you.
And even that's a fucking
and that's a much better game.
Battlefield 4 just literally takes
Battlefield 4
takes
is,
Battlefield 2042 and slaps it around like no one's business.
Battlefield 4 is the Battlefield game.
And that's before we get into Bad Company.
Aye.
Bad Company 1 and 2 literally just shits all over. And they're freaking PS3 games.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Hell, Battlefield 2, which was released on the PS2 consoles.
The worst thing, you know what the thing about it, like, because I see a lot of people that say, "Oh, it's a bad Battlefield game." No.
It's a bad game.
It's a bad game all around.
Like, it
fails on everything.
It's
fundamentally.
It's not even a good game. Like, that's the thing. It didn't do the Fallout 4 bit of like, yeah, it's okay game, but it's a bad Fallout game. It did the cardinal sin of being just shit.
Yeah.
Like, it was
on every level.
Buggy on launch, unbalanced, not fun.
People were invincible for no apparent reason. You can spawn vehicles anywhere on the map.
Yeah. Which, is fun at the first time, but then when when the opposition team just constantly spawn a fucking tank.
Right. The thing is, right, it's fun at first when you're first doing it, but then you realise, oh, this is just kind of...
This is really cheap.
Yeah, this is really cheap and it's cheesy and it's not actually fun doing this.
No.
It's fun. It's one of those, it's like a gimmick where it's funny for the first, 20 minutes. But if you keep doing it, it just gets a bit like... Oh.
Also, spawn points were in places that were literally unescapable.
Maps were unbelievably open. City maps were open as fuck. Like, how the fuck?
Yeah, the city maps had giant open fucking kill zones, and I'm like, what the fuck is wrong with you?
What city has a giant open space like this?
Well, just because New York has Central Park doesn't mean every city in the world has a giant open fucking parkland.
Here's the thing, Central Park's not that big.
Like, but also, like, vehicles were ridiculous. Like, the hovercraft was the most overpowered fucking craft. Like, I'm sorry, but the hovercraft should be basically like, yeah, if someone shoots at that with a high caliber gun, it's going down. Literally.
It's at least not moving anymore.
Yeah, it's not moving anymore because that fan's done. Like, I don't understand. Like, why? No balancing. No balancing was ever done on that game. And again, like I said, like the build up to that game was everyone saying, "Oh yeah, we're going back to."
The biggest disappointment was the one where you could make your own stuff. Well, that's what they were saying that you could do.
Oh,
yeah, assets in there that you could like make your own levels and do things that you want. You could do Battlefield 3.
They had assets from Bad Company 2.
Yeah.
4 because 3 and 4 were very similar.
But it just turned out that
for World Battlefield 1 and I think Battlefield 5 as well.
Yeah. So
like the 3, like basically the 4 previous games
they
had
1942.
Yeah.
They had 1942 in there. Because I remember that being a big deal that they had stuff in there, and you could actually play Battlefield 3 in that mode.
Here's
the problem is that what they told us that you could do with that, you couldn't. It doesn't let you do a lot of stuff. It was just like, why? Why?
It was also very open to exploits.
Yeah.
That mode.
Like the level farming.
Yeah. The level farming, which is like, well, you didn't balance your game, you didn't make your main game fun. What did you expect to happen?
Yeah. So people are enjoying Battlefield 1 instead. Good. Yeah. Show EA the type of games that you actually want.
Here's the thing, right? This game is even worse than Battlefield 2041.
Yes.
Which is, I think, the game they released after Battlefield 1942. Which was a futuristic shooter, which this is supposed to be. And, a game that's like over 10 years old does futuristic shooter better than
this one.
Jesus.
Yeah. You keep playing these games. Keep playing the ones that you want to play. Show EA and the other companies that this is the shit that we want.
Yeah.
Right?
We want actual good games.
It's the only way they're gonna pay attention is as if the stuff that's crap just dies a death as soon as it comes out.
I mean, my concern is that EA is just going to turn around and go, well, we'll just close the servers on these games and then they'll have to play. It's like, no, that won't happen. What they'll do is
The thing is, there's enough variety out there for FPSs that doing that would just be a detriment because people will just go, oh, okay, then I'll just go play. Like, a lot of people will just probably leave Battlefield and go to COD.
Yeah. Even if it kills them.
Because they're not going to go and play 2042 unless 2042 has some sort of massive...
Unless 2042 has a friggin...
No Man's Sky
times 2 resurrection. Like, the basic premise of No Man's Sky was fundamentally sound per se.
Yes.
The problem with Battlefield 2042 is...
It's a Battlefield game.
The premise of the actual premise, like the leveling system, the way you your characters and all that sort of stuff, the fact that they've removed the class-based system, it is not actually sound. The basis of that game, and
it's so
like why?
So shall we move on? Shall we move on?
I think we shall.
Square Enix. Square Enix. Why do you do this? Why are you like this, Square Enix?
Look, Konami's there. You don't have to be a dick.
I don't understand. No, this is the problem. This is the thing. What Square Enix are doing, you're making Konami look good.
Oh, God.
Like, Konami just came out with the whole big Silent Hill thing. They've also, there's been leaks of, like, job hirings for possibly another Silent Hill game. So there's a lot of, like, goodwill going towards Konami right now.
Like, people are going, have Konami actually learned their fucking lesson? Has something happened at the top of the Konami?
This is what I'm thinking. I'm thinking something's happened. Something's happened to the board of Konami.
Yeah, I'm expecting, like, has something happened a la a Yakuza?
Yeah.
Where, like, some young upstart member has just decided to take off his shirt with a jacket
and just punch everyone. And now he runs Konami.
Yeah, just like the Mishishima Zaibatsu seems to be run.
Yeah, whoever can punch Hiachi hardest in the face, you now run.
Until Hiachi comes back and punches you harder in the face.
To which then he announces Iron Fist Tournament.
Another Iron Fist Tournament. I remember making that joke when I was doing my playthrough of Tekken. I was like, what are you going to do, Hiachi? All you do is announce a King of Iron Fist Tournament. That's the only thing you ever do. I don't know. You just proved me right. Anyway.
But anyway, so what we're talking about here, because since Tekken is Bandai, not Square Enix. So not that long ago, Square Enix announced the Symbiotics.
Symbiobionics.
Symbiogenesis.
Symbiogenesis.
There it is. I knew I had it.
You knew you were wrong.
I knew I was wrong. I've got the thing here anyway. Yeah, they announced, it was only a couple of weeks ago, the Symbiogenesis. And the thing is, the way it was done and the art style, it looked very Parasite Eevee.
Yeah.
And also, this is going to annoy me saying this.
Symbiogenesis.
Symbiogenesis was a thing where two things come together and form a new sort of... It's a word for that, and that's basically what Parasite Eve is.
That's the thing that like the whole thing is based on. Like, that's the thing that's causing all the things.
Yeah.
Oh.
Now, so a lot of people.
Yeah.
a lot of people, a lot of Parasite Eve fans got happy, were excited. You know, and you can't blame them.
We've not had a lot of love.
They've not had a lot of love.
I mean, hell, in the UK, the game was banned within a week of its launch.
Wasn't there?
No, the first one. The first one was launched, then banned, and the second one never got a release in the UK. I know that for fucking certain because I was looking forward to it.
Yeah.
It was like, oh my god, this is a horror game, but it's Square Enix, and look, this looks fucking awesome. Please let me have it. No, can't have it. First we're rating it as 18. Oh, this cutscene is very graphic. It wasn't.
No.
This cutscene is very graphic and it shows blood and death. Oh, you mean like the war games that are coming out? Yes, but no, we can't have that.
There's too much blood in this game, but it's okay for me to throw a grenade in Medal of Honor and blow up four people.
Blow up some people, yeah. Blow up a bunch of people.
Yeah, the fucking censors are all over the place.
Oh yeah, it's
when it comes to this country, it's very, very weird with censorship. It's very odd.
If I remember correctly, it was something also to do with nudity as well, which is like...
I think it's because one of the scenes she's in the shower.
Yeah, and I'm like, but she's in the shower? What? Pardon? Have you not seen the Final Fantasy roster of people? Like, there were a lot of sexy boys and sexy girls in there. There's a lot of very, very attractive women and very attractive men. Why all of a sudden this? Well, you know, it's got blood now in it, so therefore we can't, you know, we have to ban it. Think of the children! Go after you. You don't like it.
So yeah, everyone thought it was a Parasite Eve game. No, it's not. It's our best friend. Turns out it's our best friend back from the dead.
Not fucking
we thought it was going to be, we thought no. It's done now. We don't have to talk about this anymore. They've learned their lessons. We've seen the memes on Twitter of like the halls that literally nobody's there.
Yeah, we've seen the demand, the graph showing the discussions about these things just trailing off, and it's literally like hardly anyone.
Yep, nobody cares about them.
It is literally an echo chamber because no one's there.
We generally thought, NFTs. We thought NFTs were dead. No, apparently not. Or at least Square Enix didn't get the memo.
Yeah.
Because they've decided, no, this is what this is.
I mean, let's be honest. Square Enix are usually late to the party for a lot of things. I
do like this article that I've got, right? So there's this article here, and it's from Push Square, right? And it's from it's by Robert Ramsey, but the title is Symbiogenesis isn't the return of Parasite Eve, it's just Square Enix making NFTs, right? And then the line underneath is, oh, for fuck's sake.
That is my response. That is the internet response. That is literally the entirety of it.
Mine wasn't that. Mine wasn't for fuck's sake. Mine was the face palm. Mine was just like, oh,
you know the one where it's the multiple face palm? I'm trying to think, it's Police Squad.
Yeah, I think so.
Just the mass face palm.
Why?
It was such an easy win. Literally, it was a W that was pre-printed for you.
Especially considering, like, we've just had the big Resident Evil release for the DLC and the Resident Evil 4 show off, and
then Konami does something.
Konami does something completely out of left field and announces Silent Hill's coming back. And not only is Silent Hill coming back, we're getting a remake. We're getting like 4 different games, all set with different genres.
We're getting a movie, which is a straight sequel to the first one, which everyone likes. Like.
We're getting Silent Hill skateboards and the figures that look unbelievably sick. Yeah. Like, it was like, holy shit, Konami's done something right. And then Square Enix came up with this, and it was just like, holy shit, are we getting a Parasite Eve? What the fuck? And then what does Square Enix do?
This is the greatest timeline of all time.
If you like horror games, this is your...
Yeah, if you're a horror gamer, this was literally the best timeline, and then Square Enix went, no.
No, you can't have that.
You can't have that. You were not allowed that.
Oh, you want this? You want this dangling carrot?
You want this shiny?
You want the dangling carrot? No, you cannot have the
You want the shiny? You cannot have the shiny.
You are not allowed to have the dangling carrot. How dare you?
It was the easiest W in the world.
The thing is, right, they didn't even have to like show any gameplay. They just basically had to show the scene of Bioshock and then Parasite Eve free.
Oh hell, Parasite Eve reboot.
Or, a remake of Parasite Eve, since that seems to be the craze, right? That's literally all they have to do.
Parasite Eve is a PS1 game. It deserves a fucking remake.
It deserves... It's a
I mean, hell, if it had a remake, it would get a UK fucking release.
Yeah. That's all they had to do. They didn't have to do anything. But no, you couldn't do that. You can't even do that, Square Enix. I swear to God.
Square Enix are notoriously late to every party. You just have to look at Avengers.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh yeah, we're gonna have a live service. We're gonna have a live service with the same sort of end game that Destiny 1 had at its launch. Yeah, you can't get away with that now.
I mean, bless them for trying, though. I do think Square Enix are that, because they're always that late. They're always that company that you're just like...
Final Fantasy 15 is going to be an open world.
Bless them for trying. You know?
Yeah. We've had a whole generation and a half of open world
games. Bless them for trying. Like, that's
Don't get me wrong. I liked 15, but, it was definitely a game that...
As much as I liked the aesthetic, I just got bored of 15 very quickly.
Yeah, there was no reason to do anything other than the story.
The open world was just much more of a detriment to the game than anything else.
Yeah,
they should have. If I'm honest, what they should have just done was just kept it linear.
But the problem is that they did it open world because of the linear of 13.
Yeah.
Was criticised. That's the thing. It's because they are sometimes so late to the party that the lessons they learned from the previous game
doesn't matter anymore.
Also, no. Although let's be honest, the linear part of 15, the end bit is it's.
Well, no, because it's just Final Fantasy 13.
Yes.
Final Fantasy 15 is just Final Fantasy 13, but with open world.
In reverse.
That's all it is.
Because apparently in 13, because I never got to this point, 13 at the end is like a massive open bit. I'm like, what the hell?
So a bit like 10, because 10 does that.
10?
Because it has that big open space that's like...
Yeah, in the Calmlands.
Yeah, in the Calmlands.
No.
But not... I'm not saying it's good, I'm just saying it's like the way 10 does it.
In a sense,
it goes open world.
But it just opens into a giant ass fucking open world.
Oh, okay.
Right? And unlike 10, where you can bounce back and forth and do all your quests and that, you still do progress in the story while bouncing back and forth now.
Yeah.
Because you have the airship. No.
No. Oh, I see.
I mean, also, the combat in 10 is much more enjoyable than the combat in... press X.
Just press X to win.
Just press X to win.
I didn't know I'd bought a Final Fantasy Dynasty Warriors edition.
Except the combat
Dynasty Warriors combat is actually fun.
Yeah.
Not Dynasty Warriors 9. Whoa. Slow your horses. Dynasty Warriors 8.
We do not speak of that game.
That game doesn't fucking exist. As a Dynasty Warriors fan, that game doesn't fucking exist. That's not a thing. I will fight you to the death.
That is a crime. A series was murdered.
Oh yeah, was murdered in front of me, just straight out in front of me. I still can't.
We're not even going into but that's just the general gameplay. We're not even starting on the characters.
No. Oh my God.
Zanghei.
Oh, Zanghei.
The flamboyant boy was no longer flamboyant boy.
No.
It was very, very distressing.
It was just wrong.
Yes.
It wasn't distressing, it's just wrong. He needs to be flashy and flamboyant and
have the claws.
Peacock. And have claws.
And have the claws. He had to have the claws. Why did you get rid of his claws? His glorious.
Well, because they can put it in the game later and charge you for it.
Ah, yes, I know that, but still.
And the combat. At least the Samurai Warriors, at least you kept that.
Even then, though. 5. Is it 5?
No, 5's fine. It's a good game.
Mm.
It's a good game. It's got the normal Samurai Warriors combat. It adds a couple of things of you can do stuff with the swords and stuff.
Yeah.
But the basic it's still there.
I think they didn't reduce the amount of
there's less characters.
Yeah, there's less variation in movesets.
That's the problem. And there is less variation in movesets.
Remember when Dynasty Warriors 3 came out and they had an absolutely bajillion characters and they all had different movesets?
No, that was Dynasty Warriors 4.
No, 3 came out and had a bunch.
No.
And then 4 came out and had even more.
Dynasty Warriors 3 came out and had a bunch of characters, but there was a lot of characters that had the same movesets because, like, I don't know, I think Ma Chao and Jiang Wei had the same.
No, that's 2.
No, they even had the same ones in...
No,
the only difference was Ma Chao had a different Mushu attack.
Right.
Over Jiang Wei. That was it. They were the only differences.
I could have sworn 3 was the one that introduced Ma Chao's like ridiculous combo system.
No. That's
was
4.
That 4?
4 was when everybody got their own combat thing because everybody had different weapons.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, they had the same spear at the start. You would start off with like, oh, you've got
bog
standard spear, but once you got to the 3rd level, everybody's 3rd weapon was completely different to
which was
somebody else's.
Oh, so fun.
The weapons
4 was so fun trying to unlock everyone's 5th weapon.
Oh yeah,
5th
I did so much. Ma Chao's easiest hard weapon. Just knock Cao Cao off his horse. Cao off his horse.
Yep. Up, horse, bam, ding, back to the thing and fight normally.
Use the character who's best on a horse to knock somebody else off the horse.
Yeah.
There you go. That's all you get.
Congratulations.
That's how you get his secret weapon.
I mean, the fact that was it 3 or 4 that he had that awesome character design as well. 3 was amazing.
3 was really good. I think 4 was the one who was basically freeze, but they like gave him more detail. Yeah. Gave him like the big sash at the back and. And he had the
this was on PS2, by the way, guys.
He had the dragon face shoulder pads and shit. Like Ma Chao's my favourite character in Dynasty Warriors, so I know his designs. But yeah, I mean, to be fair, his designs after 4 got worse and worse. They weren't great, but
as they got graphically more powerful and more detail could be put on, Ma Chao got worse.
I mean, Guan Yu got better and better.
Oh yeah, Guan
Yu's beard got. I'm pretty sure all of Ma Chao's fucking artwork just went into Guan Yu's beard.
Most likely.
But anyway, because we've gone over the Dynasty.
Back to Square Enix.
So we have the late to the open world. Gimmick. Yep. They're late to this. I'm genuinely
starting pretty much late to the live service.
They're late to the live service. It's just like I know Final Fantasy 14 is like the one thing you're good at right now, like that you don't seem to fuck up.
It's to the point where I literally like, if it wasn't for the fact that it runs the risk of losing direction. I would basically say, look, just put Yoshi P in charge of everything, your game division. Just put him in charge of everything. Because at least he seems to understand what the player base wants.
Or at least what, like, you know...
Because he's come out and said, no, I don't want NFTs in 14.
Oh, yeah, he came out just not long after...
He's part behind directing 16, isn't he?
Yeah, he is the director.
Like, 16's looking like it's going to be friggin' phenomenal.
Mm. Because I think he's the director of like story wise.
Yeah.
He's behind that, and then they've got like a combat director. They've got 3 directors, if I remember correctly. They've got Yoshi P, who is in charge of like the story and like character design and all that sort of stuff. They've got a director in charge of like gameplay and combat, and then they've got a director for something else. I can't remember. Probably music. But if it's Yoshi P,
probably music and art.
Yeah. Just get Josuke from Final Fantasy 14. Just get him to do all your music because his music is awesome.
Also, let's all be honest. 16 does look very reminiscent of 14
which
style.
Is fine.
Which I'll be honest, I do actually am quite fond of that style. That like
it's high
fantasy classical type, but with a little bit of sci-fi.
To be fair, it has been a while since Final Fantasy's been high fantasy.
Yeah, 14 was the last one.
14 was the last one, but with the amount of stuff that's in 14, I wouldn't say it's like high fantasy. Not to the level. I would say 9 is probably the last real big high fantasy Final Fantasy game.
Yeah, with that level of technology. Final Fantasy 14, I would probably say is probably technology-wise up to almost like, if we were talking about like D&D as a reference... probably nearly Spelljammer levels.
Yeah.
With the fact that you can now go to the moon.
Yeah. Which I'm nearly getting to.
I know.
I'm nearly at I would have been to Endwalker sooner, but I got distracted by getting all the mounts.
Yeah.
I've got all the horses now. I'm now getting all the birds.
Oh, so you haven't got Fat Chocobo?
No, you can only get him by buying him.
Ah.
He's a buy only. You can't.
Is that a chunky?
You don't.
He's a chunky boy.
Yeah, he is chunky. I don't want that. Well, I do because I do want all the mans, but I'm more. For me personally, I'm more.
You want
interested
all the cheat, like the ones that you get for doing things.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They're just buying them. It's more the minions that are more. Like if I'm gonna buy,
I'm happy with my little wolf pup.
Although I do. There's a couple of like multi-seater ones, like and I regret not getting this because I had the chance to. And I just, I needed a break from Final Fantasy 14, so I took the break. Yeah. But they did a big crossover event with Final Fantasy 15, and you could get the car.
Oh, yes, I know. And you could have multiple people.
And you could have 4 people in that car.
I know.
And, yeah.
I know.
Yeah, I regret...
I've seen people go around in it.
Yeah.
And
I regret not doing it now. But I did need a break, because I was getting a bit too into...
Yeah, you were getting... Yeah.
I just wasn't playing anything else, and I had, that pile there,
yeah,
that was just getting bigger and bigger.
Of games you needed to play.
Of games that, I'd bought and not played.
Yeah, it gets ridiculous at times.
But yeah, I'm getting back into Final Fantasy 14 now, because obviously I did take a break, and I haven't been on it, so I'm getting back into that. But yeah, oh my god, I love that game so much. It is my favourite game.
It is probably arguably the best MMO going at the moment. And did you know?
Did you know it's free? Did you know that you can play the award-winning acclaimed Final Fantasy 14 for free?
From Realm Reborn, including the award-winning.
The award-winning Heaven's Ward.
Yeah, we have. We're talking about Final Fantasy 14. We have to do the bit.
We have to shield.
It's almost a legal requirement now.
Yes, you have to talk about that. But yeah, again, it is still to me, and this is my own personal opinion, obviously. It's probably the best free game out there.
Yes.
Possibly followed by Fortnite.
Yeah, but that's only if you like battle. If you don't like battle royales, Fortnite is shit.
Yeah. But if you don't like MMOs, then,
yeah, it's the same thing.
It's the same thing. But for me personally, Final Fantasy 14 is the best free game going.
I'd probably say Fortnite and Genshin Impact.
Oh, yeah, Genshin. I'd put Genshin above Fortnite. For best free.
Depending on what type of gameplay you like.
Yeah.
If you like
that's what I'm saying for me.
Yeah.
I would put Genshin above Fortnite. Because I know a lot of people will just put Fortnite up there. Mm-hmm. Understandably so. I mean, it's...
ridiculously popular.
It's very, very popular, so it's clearly done something right. Although I don't like battle royales, so yeah. Anyway, but yeah, Square Enix just god, for fuck's sake, just stop it.
Could you? Here's
whoever's gone into the board at Konami and punched them all and is now in charge of Konami. Can you go do the same at Square Enix?
Or have a protege go and do that to Square Enix.
Yeah, just make sure you've got a big dragon tattoo on your back and you rip your shirt off and jacket at the same time without actually ripping. Or
if not a dragon, what's the fish that thingy has in a dragon?
I think it's a koi. It's a koi fish.
Like the dragonfish sort of thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, just have that.
Right. Yeah.
Because here's the thing. Little bit of advice that is actually pretty fucking easy to understand. Your job is to make something people want to buy.
Yeah.
It is plainly obvious by the market that has literally almost ceased to exist that NFTs are not it.
You should see some of the things that they've said that you can do with these NFTs. You can use them as an avatar for your profile. There's actually on their thing that they released of what it is.
Yes,
there's a list of things that you can do with these NFTs. Let me pay money
to have my own very own avatar that within seconds someone will right click, copy, and have it as their own avatar.
Yeah.
This is the thing. This is the thing. What they go on about. Oh well, no. You've got unique. No, you've got a receipt.
You've got a weird barcode.
You've got a barcode. That's what you've actually paid for. The actual image. No one, unless you go around telling everyone and showing everyone this receipt, right? The actual image can be copied and done how many amount of times. It's not the original, yes, but no one will fucking care.
I'm not going to lie, unless that barcode leads me to Agent 47, where I can hire him to do something.
For free.
Obviously.
Well, actually, for the price that we paid for
the barcode. I don't want it.
No.
I don't want a barcode.
It is literally...
Square, just make games.
Yeah.
Just
give us what we want. The fan base wants a Parasite Eve. You have an entire market in the UK that had to fucking crack PlayStations to play it. They had to pay people to fucking...
To chip it.
To chip the fucking PlayStation to be able to play Parasite Eve. That is that is the fan base that would willingly pay money to play a proper Parasite Eve without having to go through all that rigmarole.
My slippers on the wrong feet.
Oh dear. Yeah. I have to put on the right feet.
It's just like, oh my god.
Like, why can't you do the logical and simple thing? Why do you have to do the dumb and hard thing? It's like, I don't even understand, like, it's not even the easy thing that they're doing. Because they have, because some people will say, oh, well, it's cheaper to do this than make a game. Well, yes, but here's the thing. You don't have to pay for service to keep running. So that people can verify the fucking barcode, the fucking reference, the receipt that person has.
It's cheaper to make now, but in 20 years' time, when you're still paying the service to run...
Yeah, those servers have to run forever, because otherwise... That's it. When you turn those servers off, the route for that receipt disappears. Like, so why? It's a lot. All you had to do was say, we're making a Parasite Eve game. We wouldn't have cared.
Yeah, no one would have cared.
We're making a Parasite Eve game for PC and console. That's all you had to do. But no. No.
Why do you do this, Square Enix? Why?
It's like, fucking hell, did you not notice the fact that Konami's first announcement since the bullshit of the Castlevania NFTs,
the auction thing.
The first announcement they've had properly since then was an announcement of a massive Silent Hill comeback. Like, I'm sorry, I do not believe the two are not correlated. I do believe that the Castlevania NFTs bombed that badly that they went, oh shit, we're going to actually have to make a game now.
I generally think somebody's come in and gone, I think it's that guy it's their job to be like, maybe we don't do this. He's gone in and gone, well, I did tell you so. So now this is what we're going to do.
Yeah. So again, Square Enix, we've offered our services to every other company that we bash on. We will be the guys to be in your boardroom to go, that's a bad idea, and this is why.
Maybe we shouldn't do this. All right, maybe
you don't have to pay us a lot. We don't want Bobby Kotick level of money. We don't want fucking Microsoft level of money. We don't we don't even want Sony level of money. We just want, I don't know, like 30 grand a year.
I would like enough to be able to go to the shop and not worry about my bills.
Yes.
There we go. That's. I'm not even asking. For
which in about 6 months' time is about 40 grand.
Yeah, there you go. 40 grand. 40 grand a year. There you go.
40 grand a year.
A normal living wage.
40 grand a year. Pay us that, and we will tell you exactly why your bad ideas are bad.
We'll be the guys. It doesn't even matter if they're good ideas. We'll always be the person.
We'll be the devil's advocate.
We will question the idea. That'll be our sole job.
Yeah, we will basically say this is the problems that may arise from this decision. Like, I don't know, Activision Blizzard. We're going to go down to 5v5. So how are you going to stop the waffle stomping? Oh no, there's not going to be. No, that's not an answer. So what stops the waffle stomping? Also, how does this affect the roll queue? Well, we don't think that's... No, there is a problem with the roll queue already. And also, by the way, have you actually played the game? Like, do you know how frustrating it is when you're the support and the tank does not switch to a better tank for the current situation, and the DPSs are both snipers and can't hit for shit? Do you understand the frustration?
That's like it annoys me, but at the same time, it makes me laugh that like this. You're on a team, and the two DPS players are Hanzo and Widow, and neither of them. They never kill anybody.
Yeah.
It just like it's annoying.
This is the thing, right? I'm starting out DPS people as Brigitte.
Oh, I always out DPS people.
Yeah, but I'm not a good Brigitte player. Like, this is the thing. I'm out DPSing the DPSs as a character that I'm not necessarily that good with.
Here's a good one for you. I out DPS'd a soldier, right, with Lucio.
Oh. Yes, this is the issue we have right now in Overwatch.
That's one of the games that I did today. I was Lucio. I was just shooting. And I was next to the soldier. And he was shooting the same people. And I was doing more damage. And I was like, how are you missing? They're like, it's a choke point. They're just coming straight forward. Just shoot forward.
And your ultimate literally means you can't miss. How is this possible? I understand, like, when I'm Moira, because I'm an aggressive Moira, I out DPS the DPSs because I'm usually in people's faces going, hi, I'm a problem. Do you want to deal with me? No? Oh, well, you're dead then.
Also, Moira's ball is
Moira's ball is a pain in the fucking ass, which is why you have to have literally Diva's the only one that can actually just instantly block it.
Yeah.
Everyone else, it like goes through.
Yeah, it goes through all the shields.
All the shields. Like, I'm like, this isn't broken at all.
No, it isn't.
No, it isn't.
But Moira's ball's always been like that, though. So
yeah,
that's perfectly fine. It doesn't do a lot of damage. It's just a pain
like
in
I'm
the
saying,
ass.
I know I'm an aggressive Moira, especially when I'm like I've got someone down near to death, and I'm like, and I have to confirm this kill. I can't have this person go away and come back and kill me, because that's what will happen. So, but then when I'm Brigitte, and I'm like, I'm literally like, why am I out DPSing a fucking Sombra?
Well, with Sombra, it's because nobody actually fights with Sombra.
No, they just keep hacking them.
They just hack everybody and then run away.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Which is why Sombra needs to be nerfed to fucking hell.
So, yeah, Sombras don't actually fight.
No, they just make it very, 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 very frustrating for
I can understand out DPSing like a Widow and a Hanzo, like the snipers, because they don't fire as much.
Yeah.
So they can do it. It's when I'm Mercy and I'm doing more damage.
Yeah.
Than some characters. That's when I get annoyed. And it's just like, I should not be doing this much damage over you. Like, I know.
And there was definitely no one should be able to out DPS fucking Bastion.
Well, no, nobody can out DPS Bastion.
Yet I've seen
people do it.
I've seen people do it. I've seen Bastion players not even get 1,000 damage, and I'm like,
what are you doing?
What are you doing? Like, his normal robot form can do that much damage. Yeah. What is wrong with you? Why are you just... I'm like, maybe he's new. Maybe he's never played the robot before, so okay. He's
see, this is what I attribute to it. I attribute everything when people just aren't doing their job. I attribute it to being new players, because it's the only thing.
Especially the DPSs.
Yeah,
because they're the cooler characters and they're easier to learn.
Yeah. Just DPS characters, just fire, just shoot forward. That's all you gotta do.
Yeah.
Ashe as well. Ashe is one that you can DPS more, unless she gets Bob, and in which case, she's doing more damage.
Yes, well, that's because Bob does the damage.
Yeah, but it counts to.
I know it does. It counts to hers, but like.
Gaming, man, gaming.
Yeah, Overwatch 2 is not in my opinion, is not in a good place.
It is a good game. It is a very shit product.
Yes.
That's what it is.
The PvP at the moment, which is the only mode it really has, because it did not care to tell you about Junkenstein's Revenge.
No.
And even Revenge of the Bride.
Even then, with Revenge of the Bride, even though Revenge of the Bride is good, like I said, it's a good game. It's just very shitty. Like everything around the actual game part
is crap.
It is very shitty, and it's just
It's almost like
I'm finding, me personally, as somebody who generally loves the game, I'm finding it very hard to love the game right now. Yeah. It's forcing me away, because it's just like, I just don't want to do it.
the grind is so grindy that it's basically like, yeah, you want, because it constantly shows you like, if you buy the battle pass now, you'll get all these items.
Yeah.
Like, yes, fine, thank you, congratulations, well done, wonderful. Could I actually get rewarded for playing the game, please?
Like, somebody did a tally of how long it would take you to if you grinded for all the stuff that was. This is all the stuff that came in, like the free
on
stuff
launch
from Overwatch 1. This is all the stuff that was already. It took 327 years for you to get it all. It's just like you need to start going back to giving things for leveling up.
Yeah.
That's what you need to do. Like, not the battle pass. Like, I mean, like, every level
you get something.
You get like some coins that you can spend in the shop.
Yes, that's what they should have done, but no.
Like in the old one, you got a loot box every time you leveled up.
Yeah.
So just give us some coins.
Yes.
I'm not asking for like a shit ton of coins. Just, I don't know, give us 200.
I mean, you are asking for a shit ton of money off us, so you know, quid pro quo.
Yeah, but you know what I mean. It's not hard.
Anyway,
I think that's it.
Yeah.
I don't think there's been much.
No, we've gone full circle though. We started with Overwatch. And we ended with...
How did we get back to Overwatch?
I think we were just summing up like what we discussed and how like everything's the game is not in a good place.
Actually, I'm trying to think. What are there any Square Enix games that are out other than Avengers that have a battle pass?
Square Enix.
Yeah.
There was the Platinum game.
Oh yes, the live service game. Babylon's Fall.
Babylon's Fall, which lasted about a month.
Which I paid for.
Yes. Congratulations. You now have a
very... I played myself.
You have now a very expensive tea coaster.
I'm going to... Yeah, that's what I'm going to use it for. It's going to be my tea coaster.
It's a very expensive tea coaster.
It's a very expensive one, but a worthwhile one. It's pretty.
It's pretty. Well, it is until it gets tea stains.
Until it gets tea stains.
Scratch marks and, the artwork gets scratched off and all that.
I feel like I need to watch anime now, just to cheer myself up.
Nichijou.
Nichijou.
Yeah, watch Nichijou.
Spy Family, because that's season 2, or season 1, part 2 is out now.
Which is, just adorable. That series, even though it is serious at times, is very adorable.
Yeah. Well, it's about holding a war between two countries and making sure, World War II doesn't happen. All that sort of stuff. So yeah, it's quite serious, but very cute.
But with They've got a dog. Oh, they got a dog.
They've got a dog now.
Oh, the dog's adorable.
And he's called Bond.
Well, yeah.
Which is fucking mint.
Yeah, I mean, they had to do that, didn't they?
Yeah.
But also, is the dog adorable?
Yeah, it's a big fluffy.
Oh, it's a big floofer.
Big floofer who also has a special ability like Anya does.
Oh.
He can see the future. So now Anya gets to see the future because she can read the dog's mind.
Yeah. When
the dog's seeing the future.
Yeah, that's not convoluted at all.
It's not weird at all. But it's fun. The whole thing's fun, and it's just a great watch. But anyway, yeah. On that note, go watch Spy Family. I do hope you've enjoyed this chat, and we'll see you in the next one. Bye now.
Toodles.